Good morning and welcome to the Story Carpet. My name is Linda. Today I'm going to tell you the story, the fable of the lion and the mouse. Now this is a very particular lion and a very particular mouse. The lion is an African lion and he is big and strong and fierce. He's so big that if he were to come to visit us today and we would get him to lie down in front of us with his nose up against that wall, his tail would reach out just past that fourth dark gray board there. He's very big indeed. Now he lives in the savanna in Africa. The savanna is a big wide grassland with very tall grass, some bushes, and very few trees. It's mostly a dry sort of place, which means that the grasses and plants are kind of yellowy, which is okay for the lion because he's kind of yellowy too, and that makes it easy for him to hide. Now, the lion, because he's so big and strong and fierce, is sometimes called the king of the animals. In this story, we're going to call him King of the Savannah. So every time I say lion, you can say with me, King of the Savannah. The hand gestures are kind of like a mane. So you can do those too if you want. So the way it works is, we'll say something like, once there was lion, King of the Savannah. What did you say, said lion? King of the Savannah? You are a very big lion, King of the Savannah, like that. Now there is also a very particular mouse in this story. Mouse is an African pygmy mouse, and if lion is that big from the wall over there to the fourth gray board over there, mouse is only this big. And that's with her tail. Her body is only this big. She's very small. And she likes to go out mostly at night to do her hunting for food and water, but sometimes she will go out during the day as well. But the very important thing is that she is so very small. So when we talk about mouse, we are going to say smallest mouse ever for the mouse class. Will you try that with me? This story is about a mouse. Smallest mouse ever. Hello, said mouse. Smallest mouse ever. Let's talk about mouse. Smallest mouse ever. Exactly like that. So this is the fable about lion, king of the savannah, and mouse. Smallest mouse ever. So once there was a lion, king of the savannah, and he was king because he was strong and fierce. He liked to put down his paws and shake out his mane and roar just a little, so that everyone would know that he was lion, king of the savannah, and he was fierce and strong. There was also a mouse, smallest mouse ever, and she liked to run on hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry little feet, smelling the smells and looking for food and water and all the things a mouse likes. And she was afraid of lion, king of the savannah, just like every other animal. So one day, Lion, king of the savannah, was striding through the grass, and he came close to an acacia tree. Now the sun was hot, and the shade under the acacia tree looked cool, and Lion was tired. So he decided he was going to take a nap. So he put down his paws and shook out his mane and roared, just a little, to remind everyone that he was Lion, king of the savannah, and he was fierce and strong. And then he lay down in the shade of the acacia tree to take a nap. After a little while, along came Mouse, smallest mouse ever, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry on little mouse feet, smelling the smells and looking for food and water and all the things mice like. And she was so busy smelling the smells that for a moment she didn't notice she wasn't paying attention. And so she got a little too close to the acacia tree, and she ran right across the big paw of Lion, king of the savannah, with the tickly little feet. Lion, king of the savannah, didn't quite wake up. He just slapped down a paw over the tickle on his other paw, and then he slowly opened his eyes and tipped back his paw to see what he caught. What's this? Said Lion, king of the savannah. It smells like a snack. Oh no, said Mouse, smallest mouse ever. Please don't eat me. What did you say? Said Lion, king of the savannah. I said, "Please don't eat me," said Mouse, smallest mouse ever. "Please be kind and let me go, and one day I can be kind and help you." Lion, king of the savannah, couldn't believe what he was hearing. He laughed and he laughed. "What do you mean, one day you can help me?" said Lion, king of the savannah. "You are tiny. You are mouse, smallest mouse ever. And I am Lion, king of the savannah, and I am fierce and strong. How could something as small as you ever help me?" He laughed again. "But, you have made me laugh, and so I'm in a good mood, and you were very polite. So I will be kind and let you go." And Lion, king of the savannah, lifted his paw, and Mouse, smallest mouse ever, squeaked a thank you and ran away, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry on little feet, looking for food and water and all things mice like. And Lion, king of the savannah, put down his paws and shook out his mane and roared just a little, so everyone would remember that he was Lion, king of the savannah, and he was fierce and strong. And then he went back to sleep, and Mouse, smallest mouse ever, went back to her family to tell her this most amazing story ever. So some time passed, and then some more time passed, and then a little more, until one day Lion, king of the savannah, was strolling through the grasslands again. And as he came close to the acacia tree, he stopped and he put down his paws, and he shook out his mane, and he roared just a little to remind everyone that he was Lion, king of the savannah, and he was fierce and strong. And then he stopped. Something didn't smell quite right. So he took a sniff, and he took a step, and he took a sniff, and he took another step, and he took another sniff, and he took another step, until he was a little too close to the shade of the acacia tree, and whoop! A net came down and tangled him up tight. And then the hunters came from where they were hiding in the acacia tree, and they tied Lion, king of the savannah, up even tighter, and they said things to each other like, "This one will look nice in a zoo, and we'll have to bring the truck for him at dawn. It's getting too dark now." And then they left, and they left Lion, king of the savannah, tied up tight under the acacia tree. And Lion, king of the savannah, tried to put down his paws, but he couldn't because he was tied up tight. He tried to shake his mane, but he couldn't because his head was tangled in the net. And he tried to roar, but he couldn't, not even a little, because the hunters had tied his mouth shut. And Lion didn't feel quite so fierce and strong anymore, even though he was Lion, king of the savannah. And he began to think very hard how he could get out of this net before dawn. And he was thinking and not thinking of what he could do, and thinking some more, when he heard the hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry, hurry-scurry of little feet. And he saw Mouse, smallest mouse ever, coming by, smelling the smells, and looking for food and water and all of the things little mice like. And suddenly she stopped, and she smelled the air. Something didn't seem quite right. So she took a sniff, and she took a step, and she took a sniff, and she took a step, and she took a sniff, and she took a step, and she saw Lion, king of the savannah, tied up tight under the acacia tree. "Oh no," said Mouse, smallest mouse ever. "Oh, poor thing." Lion, king of the savannah, tried to say he wasn't a poor thing, he was Lion, king of the savannah, and fierce and strong. But he couldn't, because his mouth was still tied up. And then he felt a tiny tickle, and his little mouse feet ran across him, and he heard a little voice calling, and suddenly he was surrounded by the entire family of Mouse, smallest mouse ever. And they began to fight. But they didn't bite Lion, king of the savannah. Oh no, they were biting the ropes. They were biting the net. They were trying to chew through the knots and gnaw on the ropes and bite at the net first, it didn't seem like it was doing any good at all because the mice were so small and the ropes were so big that gradually, bit by bit, one rope loosened and then snapped, and Lion, king of the savannah, could open his mouth and roar again. But he didn't, because he didn't want to scare a mouse, the smallest mouse ever, and her family. And then, a little while later, the net around his head loosened, and Lion, king of the savannah, could shake out his mane again. But he didn't, because he didn't want to shake off the mice from where they were working. And slowly, bite by bite, one by one, the ropes were chewed through. And just before dawn, Lion, king of the savannah, was free. He carefully got to his feet, and all the little mice scattered, except for Mouse, the smallest mouse ever. She stayed. Lion, king of the savannah, said, "Thank you for saving my life." And Mouse, the smallest mouse ever, said, "Thank you for saving my life." And Lion, king of the savannah, said, "I thought, when you first said that you would be kind and help me, I thought there was no way that something as small as you could help someone as big as me. I was wrong. That wasn't a waste of time." And Mouse, smallest mouse ever, nodded and smiled a little, then ran away, hurry, scurry, hurry, scurry, hurry, scurry on little feet, smelling the smells and looking for food and water and all the things little mice like. And Lion put down his paws and shook out his mane and roared just a little to remind everyone that he was still Lion, king of the savannah, and he was fierce and strong, and also to tell anyone who might be listening on the savannah that kindness is never a waste of time.